I always tell everybody it takes 20 years to become an overnight success. I started quilting back in like 1994, 1995 as a newly married, young, poor college student studying business. And I fell into quilting. And immediately after I made my first quilt, I was like, I want this to be my job. I want this to be my job. And so I was young at the time and in my local quilt guild, and they would bring people in who would teach. From all over the country. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is somebody's job. So as my quilting skills improved, I took the classes at my local guild. And then soon after, I got into teaching locally myself. Then, the quilting guild, of which I was always the youngest member until really only about 10 or so years ago. But I basically grew up in my guild. They were always very supportive of me. And that's kind of where I got my first big break. And then as it evolved, I really specialized in domestic machine quilting, and that's where my love is. And then one thing after another, again, over a long 20-year period of, growing up and kids growing up, I started taking my show on the road. And then I really didn't get into doing anything on video until I filmed my first Craftsy class,